Hey everyone, before the video starts, I just want to say the video is brought to you by Aero Bracelet. Head on over to aerobracelet.com and pick yourself up a bracelet, a lanyard, or a keychain, maybe for an aviation enthusiast in your life that you know, or hey, treat yourself and get one. Maybe you got a birthday coming up or an anniversary, but all orders over $35 get free shipping. That's aerobracelet.com. Don't forget when you're at checkout to put discount code Simviator15 to save 15% on your entire purchase. That's Simviator15. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Been quite a bit since I posted my last video. I hope everybody's been doing well. I got a new setup, obviously, as you can see in the video. I'm trying to show more on the panel here for stuff that I'm doing, and then obviously I want you to be able to see what I'm seeing from over my shoulder. I also added this Archon yoke mount, which is really nice because I ended up picking up a Navigraph subscription, and that's just been a really great tool. And I'm going to add some screen recordings from my phone's what I use. I have a Samsung Galaxy 9 Plus, so it runs really well on that. Hooks right up to the simulator almost seamlessly. You just hit the arrow that's on it, and I'll show you the stuff while we're in flight. I'm going to look to do an RNAV approach into Naples today. We are at Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood Airport right now. I'm just going to do, it's going to be a Vatsim, but it's just going to be flight following. We're not going to be doing any IFR flight plans or anything like that for right now. So, throw our battery, our alternator on right now. Let's see if that sim map is working. So Naples doesn't have any controllers on, and Fort Lauderdale has just the tower on. And then, all right. And then there's a center. There's a South Florida, a Miami Center control. All right. So I'll bring it up on the screen here. Here's the airspace. So it's 119.3, and then you get the ATIS information in this little column here, which is nice because then you can set your altimeter and get any other pertinent information. Sometimes during an event they'll have so the altimeter is 2993. I just said it. Um, but sometimes during events they'll have multiple controllers, and also if there are airports around the field for approach and whatnot, especially around in Los Angeles, I've noticed in the SoCal Center, they'll tell you what people are controlling what fields. So that's some good information to have. But I don't believe there's anything like that. There's just normal NOTAMs and stuff like that. Tell you what runways and stuff are being used for departure. So it's a really good app to use. Let me look and make sure we're not going to back up into any. No, we're good. All right, I'm going to start our pushback, and then again, I'm going to do stuff out of order here, but I'm going to start the avionics up so we can get on frequency here with Fort Lauderdale Tower and tell them we're requesting flight following for our flight to Naples. This way the Miami Center controller knows that we're looking to be followed on our flight. Gotta make sure I get enough pushback here because this is not the community mod Bonanza quite yet, and the turning is just absolutely atrocious on the stock Bonanza. So hopefully they get that worked out pretty soon. It's probably good enough. Set the parking brake. And then Miami Center, we'll get that set up. to Navigraph. Alright, so we're not using any SIDs, no standard instrument departures. We're not doing any IFR flight plans, so there's not a whole lot that I need to bring up on here, but let me just show you. Let me just show you through the screen recording here if we were going to do that. You can tap on this, it'll bring up the airport, which is really nice. You can open the charts list. Now this I'll use. Before I was using Flight Plan Go to do the taxiing, but now you can use Navigraph. It is a subscription service. I think it's, I don't want to misquote how much it is, so I'm not going to, but you can look into it for yourself for Navigraph. But everything that they do is for flight simulation only. Navigraph does not make any charts for real world use. It's just all for simulation. So we'll click airport info here and close it. And that shows you taxi charts. So we are over at, we're off of Lima 1. I believe that's where we're parked. So, in fact, this will tell us right here. Again, FS radio panel, real nice app. We can zoom right in to see where we're at on the airport if we're unsure. But like I called it, we're off of Lima 1, so. Alright, cool. Alright, so real quick, if we were going to, we'll open the charts list again. If we were doing a standard instrument departure, we are by runway. What is this? All right, 10 right. So if we were going to do, okay. All right, let's say we were doing the RNAV departure, ARCs. So it'll overlay it on the actual live shot of where your plane is at. So when you take off, you can actually trace it. That little pink arrow is obviously our aircraft. You can actually trace it. And I actually did this the other night when I was taking off out of Phoenix. I did the event for Vatsim that was Phoenix to Albuquerque, I believe. And I actually used this feature, which is a really nice feature. I was able to trace my standard instrument departure, and once I cleared it, when I was done, you just hit the X button. It's right above to the right here by Wallop, or Jollop, and it takes it right off, and it just goes back to tracking your flight. So this is a really, really nice feature to have, especially if you can get the yoke mount from Archon. It does either iPad or I have it set up for my phone, which is super nice. So it's been a busy month since I posted, but just getting this panel to where I want it to be, one piece at a time. I was able to, and very exciting news for me, I was able to map the third throttle quadrant that I have. I have a fuel switch. Right now it's off. I have it in the little below notch here, off, and then I have it mapped so it goes to left tank, then right tank, and then I have the cowl flaps are actually set up on a lever like they are in the actual Bonanza. So yeah, just been working getting that stuff done. So that being said, I will stop ranting and we will go ahead and get this flight started. Fort Lauderdale Tower, good evening, Bonanza 201 Romeo. Looking to pick up VFR flight following to Naples with information whiskey.
Number 201 Romeo Miami, correction, Lauderdale Tower, hello, VFR to the west, approved. Maintain VFR below 2,500, Cockpit 613.
Zero and Romeo are approved to the west, maintain VFR below 2,500, squawk 6613.
Beechcraft 01 Romeo, read back, correct, Lauderdale, altimeter 2993.
2993, Zero and Romeo. Alright, so we're all set. Let's get this thing started. Make sure our fuel switch is on. It's on. You heard that click. It's good to go. Chart up. Okay, so we're over here.
Double 1467, welcome to Lauderdale to the left, safe parking.
JetBlue 1467, gate 146. JetBlue 146. We'll just go to Terminal 3 if that's easier.
JetBlue 1467, Roger. JetBlue usually parks between Terminal Echo and Foxtrot, so you can just taxi to the gate via Juliet, Quebec, and Tango. Have a good day.
Juliet, Quebec, Tango, JetBlue 146. Good day.
Lauderdale Tower, Zero and Romeo, we're ready to taxi.
Number 201 Romeo, runway 10 left, taxi via Lima, Bravo.
Taxi 10 left via Lima and Bravo, Zero Romeo. Alright, so my chart here. All the way up to Bravo and taxi up there. So get out of this because I now have that chart that I will follow. Alright. Lauderdale Tower, November 201 Romeo, holding short runway 10 left, ready for departure.
Number 201 Romeo, Roger. Just verify you're at Bravo 2. Are you wanting to take an intersection parking from Bravo 2?
Yeah, it turned a little early, but we can do the intersection departure. We got plenty of runway.
Number 201 Romeo, Roger. Make a left downwind departure, runway 10 left at Bravo 2. Clear for takeoff. Traffic on a 5-mile final.
Clear for takeoff, runway 10 left at Bravo 2. Will be on a left downwind after departure, 0 and Romeo.
Mountain Air 8512, 1 departure prior to your arrival.
Copy departure prior to my arrival, Mountain 8512.
And with the landing aircraft, we're going to punch it. As soon as I can get good center line, that is. Alright, there we go. Takeoff power is set. And V1. Positive rate. Gear up. Close the cowl flap. Blue flaps are up, we'll check anyway. Alright, we'll trim down a little bit. And once we hit 500, we will begin our left downwind. That's it, right there.
Number 201, Robin Radar, contact the altitude passing.
900.
201, Robin, the Lauderdale, altimeter 2993, resume on navigation.
2993, resume on navigation, 0 Romeo. Okay, beautiful. There's Hard Rock again off the left. Alright, we are 2,500 on the altitude.
Number 201, Roman traffic off your 11 o'clock, 2.5 miles opposite direction on 208, landing 10 left.
We got traffic inside 0 Romeo.
Remember, thank you, V2 visual separation with that traffic.
Alright, so we're going to do nav. And make sure the CDI is set. There we go. Autopilot, and then we'll set our altitude. We'll climb at 700 feet per second, or per minute. Not in a space shuttle. And there's the Hard Rock once again. Alright, so we're going to get into some clouds, it looks like. And they'll hand us off the center here shortly, no doubt.
Number 201, Roman, contact Miami, departure 124.85 today.
112.485?
2485, 124.85.
124.85, have a good one, thanks. Okay, so
And Tower Mountaineer is clear of the active, headed over to Cargo.
departure came online out of nowhere.
85 Tail Roger, straight ahead altitude ramp today.
Yeah, just cancel the previous approach clearance, turn left heading 360, and continue to descend to 2,000, please.
2,000? Down to 2,000, cancel ILS approach, hold 360.
Miami departure, good evening. November 201 Romeo, 2,430, passing to 2500.
Number 201 Romeo, Miami approach, good evening, radar contact. Turn left heading 240, maintain VFR for now, please.
Heading 240, maintain VFR, 0 Romeo.
Delta 3646, climb and maintain 16,000.
Up to climb to 16,000, Delta 3646.
Okay, I'm going to give one last approach clearance here, and then Miami approach is going to be closing. Delta 128, runway 9 clear to land.
Runway 9 clear to land, Delta 128.
I never knew they
The
were
tower's
on.
closed, by the way, so or they're closing shortly.
So I'll just stay with you.
I'm going to be closing as well, so it'll be Unicom 122.8.
I'll swap to 122.
All right.
Thank you, Delta 128.
That's where we're going to.
And Korean Air 714 Heavy, the tower is going to be closed, but you're still cleared for the approach, and I'm going to be closing as well.
Roger, Korean 714.
Number 2089, runway 9 left, clear to land at Executive.
Clear runway 9 left, 09.
Okay, change the Unicom's approved, and radar services terminated, sir. See ya. ExitJet 731, turn left, heading 180 now.
Miami departure, good evening, Hanging 001, leaving 2,500, climbing to 5,000.
Hungarian 1, Miami approach. We're closing now, monitor Unicom 122.8.
Unicorn 1228, hanging 001, thank you.
Number 201 Romeo, resume on navigation, maintain VFR. Radar services terminated. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Resume on navigation and maintain VFR. Going over to Unicom. Have a good night.
Data 3646.
Alright. So, that is the extent of Vatsim tonight. I guess the center controller got off while we were taking off, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the cameras off, and we'll bring them back up when it's time for our approach to Naples. And we'll go ahead and do the RNAV runway 5, and I will put this on I'll put my Navigraph chart up on the screen for you to see how it tracks the RNAV and the chart layover and everything, so it'll be really cool. So, see you guys in a bit. Alright everybody, so we are about 21 nautical miles away, about 7 minutes. I have the airport in sight. I just wanted to come back on a little bit early to bring up the Navigraph map once again. So when I departed from Fort Lauderdale, there's 3 settings on this. There's the high-end route, there's the low-end route, and then the world map. I was in the high-end route, but obviously I'm not flying a plane capability of going very high, so we're down in the low-end route because we're only at 2,500 feet. I will bring up, so one of the features that's really cool with this is on the left side it's got the charts. So the last airport that you picked, mine being Fort Lauderdale, the one that we departed from, would be the charts that was there. So once you click on the airport, if you zoom in, you can click on Naples. There's Naples Municipal. You can open the charts, and now you can close them. Snap back to our aircraft. When you bring the charts up again, it's Naples. It's the last airport that you picked. So we'll go ahead and do the runway 5. We'll do the GPS RNAV approach. So we have the chart up on our screen. It's going to direct us right in there. So we're going to enter the pattern at, try at 227. We're going to be at 2,100 feet. I'll set that. Once we sort of get into the chart, I'll drop down to that, but we'll maintain a VFR. Obviously, if you're going on the, if you're heading west on the compass, then you're going to do even. So we're at 2,500, 4,500, 6,500. And then if you're going east on the compass, you're going to do odds. So I've also switched to the right tank, left tank. I try to do it so the aircraft is balanced by the time I come in. As you can see, Naples is off, just off the nose of the plane to the right. So at this point, I am going to go to heading mode. We'll go 227. And that should aim us for our RNAV approach into Naples. Well, we'll be a little bit off. I'll have to turn it right to kind of get into that pattern. As you can see it on the chart there. So I'm going to set the altimeter at standard since we don't have the ATIS for Naples. It's not on here, but it was 29903. We were one away from standard anyway, so we'll set it to standard. I'm going to turn this slight to the right here. That should get us heading toward the pattern entry. You can see in the pattern they give you max altitudes, low altitudes, lowest altitudes, the preferred entry altitude. What you'll see is it's going to be up here on the screen, you'll see our aircraft start to creep in on the chart. I think it's just an awesome feature. I know that like For Flight and stuff use that in real life. But I don't have an iPad for Flight, and if I'm not mistaken, it's a little bit expensive. But that is for real pilots, real aircraft, not for Simviation. Navigraph is strictly for Simviation, as you can see at the bottom, not for navigation. So it does use the Jeppesen charts. So it does have some real world things to it, but it's for Simviation use only. Turn this pretty close to west now. Once we get over the Gulf here, once we clear the beaches and everything, I'll drop it down to 2,100. Fuel is looking nice and balanced. Again, I think one of my favorite things, maybe this update had something to do with it, but the fact that I do not have to use my mouse and go into the sim to switch which fuel tank I'm pulling the fuel from is wonderful. I'm absolutely elated about that. Alright, so I'm going to get this pointed. We're going to enter the pattern real nice here. Now, normally you would have this stuff plugged into your FMC. This is an actual approach, so you would have VISAF, Duffbo, and then runway 5. You'd have all this plugged in, but we don't. I'm just kind of showing. I'm doing this just to show you guys the overlay that the Jeppesen charts have for the RNAV approaches. On this app, and how cool it is that it overlays that stuff on here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and drop the aircraft to 2100. As you can see, I switched our our squawk frequency transponder to VFR. We are on Unicom. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking. I'll just do. There's nobody landing here at this airport. So, closest aircraft to us is at 1,700 feet. Oh, he might be landing here, actually. if I had, so I'm looking at possibly getting a GNS 650. There's that aircraft that I just saw on our radar. He's straight ahead. He's above us. We got him in sight. He's going south. We're going west. We're good. I'm looking at a couple of GNSs. I'm kind of leaning toward the 650. So, but if I had that here, or I had even the 430, I'd be able to punch in VISAF and go direct to that, and then we could make our right hand turn toward runway 5. But what's nice is it gives you the degrees now, so once we get into the pattern and we get toward the end of it, we're basically going to be entering right at the where you make the hairpin turn toward runway 5, but it gives us here at VISAF, it gives us the heading for it. So I'll go 137 and it should take us directly there as long as we're in the pattern here, and then I'll call out on Unicom that we are, you know, where we're at. And then at VISAB we'll drop down to 1800 Duff Bow, then we'll start bringing it into, so we'll start the right hand turn. We're going to be looking for 137. We'll start slowing up here too while we're at it. Alright, 137 is set. 1800, get that set. We'll get this aircraft slowing down. Look on the chart how it's turning with it. That's just a really, really good thing to have if you can afford Navigraph. It's a monthly subscription, a yearly subscription. Check it out, man. It's a really cool thing to have. Alright, so we're overshooting it. There's runway 5 right ahead. You can see the marker for it. So the cool thing is, I keep learning about these charts as I go, and one thing I just noticed actually is the heading 137 is for if you're coming off of Vatsim up on the northwest, if you're coming from the northwest. So we need to sort of get back on track here. So we're about to come by, we're about to go by Vatsim. As you can see right there is runway 5 for Naples. So that's one thing I enjoy about these things. I'm just always learning, trying to do better at flights. I hope you guys enjoy the videos. Alright, I'm going to turn this here so we intercept this sooner rather than later. We're on par to intercept the, and we're going to drop down to 1800 because we are passing VISAF. Once we get to Duff Bow, we'll be 5.4 miles from runway 5. I'll pretty much hand fly it in from there. Naples Municipal, November 201 Romeo on a 11-mile final, runway 05 straight and full stop, Naples Municipal traffic. Alright, so there it is. We're at 1800. As you'll see on the chart, I'll keep it up for this landing, because I want you guys to have as much information as you can see. We'll go first notch of flaps, landing light coming on. Start slowing it up. Once we hit Duff Bow, we will begin our descent. I gotta get this thing lined up real quick though. And we can, I'm going to take the chart off. Normally you wouldn't be worrying about this. I have the aircraft. Start our glide slope. We have a 4 knots tailwind coming off of the back left of our aircraft. Gear down. Alright, 3 green. Landing lights are on. Zoom in on this. Our last notch of flaps and trim. Get it right to about 90 knots. We're at 93. Happy lights telling us we are too low, so I'll try and hold this a little bit. Call out.
500.
Just 1 white lights. 2 white lights, perfect. Let's see if we can hold this. Awfully bumpy on this final here. Going faster than I like, so I'm going to kill some power here. There we go. Set the back wheels into the flare. beautiful. We are going to turn off right here. Naples Municipal traffic, November 201 Romeo, clear runway 5, Naples Municipal. Alright, so we'll go taxi lights on. And then we will close this here. We'll go back to charts, taxi, get the airport info. And there we are, sitting there. That would have happened in Fort Lauderdale, but I don't believe I had Navigraph running at that point. But we're sitting on Charlie right now. So we'll go Charlie, Delta to Golf. Naples Municipal traffic, November 201 Romeo, taxiing Charlie to Delta to Golf for general aviation parking. Naples Municipal. Again, calling that stuff out because that's what you're supposed to do on Vatsim, but there's nobody whatsoever. And I'm not calling out that we're crossing runway 1432. No one's landing here. So I have seen an uptick in views for my first home cockpit video, and I believe the one after that, so I really appreciate all the likes and all the views I'm getting. I even appreciate that one dislike I got. But you know, as long as people are checking it out, that's what I like to see. So I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. This little Simviation thing I kicked off almost a year ago. We're celebrating a year, probably in a few months. So this looks like a good place to park. No marshaller, but we're good. But if you guys like what you're seeing, hit that like, hit that subscribe. It's the best way you can support the channel. I really appreciate it. I'm probably going to be looking at doing some Twitch streams once I get the configuration set up. Let me know if you like the new configuration. If you like the camera here, I know it's not as clean as the other ones. I'm going to be looking at maybe fixing that, but having this camera here that helps you see the flight panel a little bit more of this one. And any other suggestions or anything that you want to see in the channel, you let me know. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, come sit right seat with me, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.